So far away, Nisha. Are you a fan of Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, I like him in X-Men. Not a big fan of Star Trek myself, though.
It's alright, I love Star Trek, so I'll cover that part. To many people, Sir Patrick Stewart is synonymous with one of two characters. The telepathic leader of the X-Men, Professor Charles Xavier, or the spacefaring tea enthusiast and diplomat, Jean-Luc Picard. Curiously, while both characters have been played by the same man, their resemblance to one another is something that has been commented upon by none other than Jean-Luc Picard himself.
First off, like Patrick Stewart? Oh my
Stewart.
God. Patrick Stewart.
Try again if you like.
Stewart.
Oh, I'll finish my coffee as well. That's a shame. I'm done with my coffee as well. Look at that. I spent so long recording the last video, my coffee's done. And I can't get another one because we're already recording folks at home, so I have no coffee now. So I'm just going to flip my mug. We'll leave this bit in because otherwise people will wonder why I'm flipping my mug.
Anyway.
Yes.
First of all, Patrick Stewart is a great actor. He plays Professor X really well. But yeah, I can't really imagine him as like a comic book character.
Yeah, or like a fan. Do you mean comic book fan? That's the language
fan,
works
sorry.
out.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. Leave this bit in as well. Fuck it. Behind the scenes, folks. This when people ask, oh, will you live stream the recording of these videos? These are the bits you're missing. You're not missing anything, folks.
Oh my God.
You're just missing us flubbing our lines as I drink coffee.
So yeah, first of all, Patrick Stewart is a great actor. He plays Professor X pretty well. And oh my God.
This is all staying in. Go on, next one. Go on. You've got this, Nisha. You've got this. We've been recording for 20 minutes.
Yeah, the second video of the day is too much. Okay, so first of all, Professor X. Oh no! Oh my God!
You know what? Right, Patrick Stewart plays Professor X very well, but Karl, I don't see Patrick Stewart as being a big fan of comic books. Well, Nisha, he really isn't that big a fan of comic books, but fans of Professor X have been campaigning for many years before he was cast for him to play the character, and that's not something he was aware of until he was doing voice-over work for a Superman movie on behalf of Richard Donner, and a producer happened to walk over and ask him, so Mr. Stewart, are you aware that people want you to play Professor X in a film? And he was like, I don't know who Professor X is. And the producer produced, see what I did there, a comic book with Professor X on the cover, and according to industry legend and Patrick Stewart himself, when he first saw a picture of Professor X, he looked at it and exclaimed, what am I doing on a comic book? Done!
This is why you're the pro and I am not.
You're the pro, but I've had the coffee today, you haven't, so maybe that's what it was. But now we have to leave all those flubs in.
I have had coffee.
Okay. There it is, folks at home. We're really sorry about that, but there's a glimpse into the recording process for anyone who's thinks, I wonder what recording... I bet recording these videos is really fun behind the scenes. Spoilers, it's only fun if we're drunk. Which I very seldom am these days because of the dark times.
I've never been drunk during a video.
Oh, you drive in, don't you? That's the shame.
Yeah.
Maybe when the dark times are over, we can all get drunk.
We've been filming for the past 9 months like this. There's so many times I could have just had a drink and I've just not.
You could have done. That would have played really well. We'll have to start doing that next year if the dark times continue.
If we carry on like this, I'll start having a drink.
just Nisha getting progressively more drunk and irate down the mic.
It's going to be much worse.
Just Nisha screaming at me down the mic. I feel like I'm just going to walk into other rooms and get a beer now at this rate.
Oh, I've got so much gin.
Should I just go grab a beer? Fuck it, one sec. Right, I'm going to walk into the other room.
I'm just going to get a gin. But one sec.
Oh, so you're back, Nisha?
Yeah, I've got a gin.
Like, fuck it. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but bollocks. It's one of those days. I've got a beer, and I've not done the opening of a beer with anything stupid in a while, so here's a kind of Lynx Africa that I got last Christmas. I'm trying to use before this Christmas, because fuck it, I know I'm going to get another one, so... There we go. Right, Professor X.
Patrick Stewart played Professor X and Picard.
Yes.
So what's this about Picard noticing a similarity? I can't say that word.
How much gin have you had? It's been 5 minutes.
No, that's just a word. I just can't say it very well.
So, Karl.
No, I'll do it.
I know that Patrick Stewart played both Professor X and Jean-Luc Picard. But what's this about Captain Picard noticing a similarity between the two? Well, Nisha, that occurs in a book I'm guessing no one in our audience has ever heard of called Planet X, in which the cast of Star Trek The Next Generation meet the cast of the X-Men in a interdimensional... sorry, damn it, I fucked up now. I was being so smug then. Right, so there's a book called Planet X, in which the Star Trek and X-Men universes cross over. And suffice to say, shenanigans ensue, including a great tidbit about Storm, the Master of Weather, being somewhat attracted to Jean-Luc Picard, which I can 100% see.
So Storm's attracted to Picard?
Yes. And Nisha, have you seen many of the Star Trek movies?
No, I'm not a fan. I've only ever seen the TV show because my dad used to watch it. Okay, well, one of the Star Trek movies basically turn into action flicks, and Captain Picard, you know, like the career diplomat and guy who solves every problem by talking, just turns into fucking Rambo in those movies, which leads to shots like the one in the article you have in front of you now. So scroll down until you find the actual production still for one of the Star Trek movies of Captain Picard looking buff as all fuck. Yeah, I've got it.
He's so ripped. Like, how did Patrick Stewart get so fucking ripped?
His biceps are just popping.
And that reminds me a little bit of something Patrick Stewart did this year, where he took some publicity photos for an interview. Mm-hmm. Did you see these?
No. I need to hear about this.
So just Google Patrick Stewart photo red suit and tell me what you see. And hopefully folks don't like the picture will slide in behind me right now.
Oh, wait.
Is it a promo shot of a bearded Patrick Stewart in a pimp-ass red suit in a bright red room just looking fly as balls?
Well, there is that. And then there's also one of him in a lobster outfit in the bath.
Get your man folks at home who could do both of these things. But the reason I remember that is because someone just retweeted all those photos from that interview and just put, who gave Professor X the right to do this?
Yeah, he does look badass in that one.
Who gave him the permission to be this fucking hot at this age? Fuck you, Patrick Stewart, for making me question these things. But God, do I love Patrick Stewart. He's just such a dom. Like, have you ever seen the interview with him and Hugh Jackman, where they're talking to Graham Norton, and Patrick Stewart tells the story of what he didn't know he had foreskin or not? There's an interview with Graham Norton where he talks about how he went to the doctor to ask if he was circumcised because he had an argument with his wife of 30 years. I don't know if I'm circumcised or not. And it's so good because Hugh Jackman is just on the sofa next to him, just absolutely fucking creasing because he cannot believe Patrick Stewart is saying it.
She said, "You're not circumcised." I said, "That's ridiculous. I should know if I'm circumcised." Of course I am. End of conversation. But the next day, I happened to be seeing my doctor. Are you okay?
I do love Graham Norton's show. I need to watch more of that because there's so many good moments on there.
The interviews are amazing because their researchers are really, really good at what they do, to the point where I think it's Eddie Redmayne. They bring something up in front of him and he just dies on his arse. He's like, "How do you know about this?" It's like an early acting role that he had or something like that. And it's like, I thought I burned that. How did you know? It's like, we've got good researchers, mate.
Bringing it back to Star Trek, what happens in this novel?
In this novel, Planet X, Captain Picard and Professor X do meet in a roundabout way. So I believe they communicate via Cerebro and the holodeck being combined because fuck you, mix both universes, we do what we want. And before Professor X and Picard meet, Picard is informed by one of his officers. I'm just going to warn you, the guy that you're about to talk to bears an uncanny resemblance to yourself. And Picard goes into the meeting with this in mind, meets Professor X, studies him, and goes, yeah, I guess we do look pretty similar.
Well, that's because they're played by the same actor, surely.
It's really not, because folks don't probably think of the same thing. It's like, that's a knowing nod from the writer about the fact both characters were played by the same man. But here's the thing. Planet X, the novel, was released before Patrick Stewart played Professor X in the live-action X-Men movies.
Ah.
Which is so fucking weird to me. Because I had the exact same reaction when I learned about this. It's like, oh, that must have been, like, you know, a nod from the writer about Patrick Stewart playing both. It's like, no, it was before Patrick Stewart played Professor X. And that's when I found out about the huge fan push to have Patrick Stewart play Professor X, because so many people thought he looked like him. And then to see that being confirmed by one of the characters themselves in a conversation in a book where both universes cross over is really weird, but also kind of neat.
That's so cool.
It reminds me a little bit of a story about Will Ferrell and the drummer from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So are you familiar with why these two, Nisha?
I'm going to guess they look similar.
Yes, so just want to Google right now, Will Ferrell, and then just put drummer. I don't know the guy's name, unfortunately, but I'm presuming Nisha will find it now in her search. And they look exactly the fucking same.
Looks like they're on the Jimmy Kimmel show.
Yeah, and that's where they did that. I think Will Ferrell dressed as him and did a drum off against him. But the drummer, again, Chad Smith, there it is. Like, Chad Smith had this brought up to him multiple times in interviews, and he goes, I don't know why people say I look like Will Ferrell. I don't get it. Because at that point, he'd only ever seen like Will Ferrell in movies like Elf. He's like, I don't look like that guy. That guy's an idiot. I don't look like him. I'm a drummer. I'm cool. And he says that he thought that right up until he met Will Ferrell at an event that they both happened to be at. And he just stared at him from across the room and was like, he looks exactly like me.
Yeah.
What is going on? And Will Ferrell walked over to Chad Smith, looked him up and down, went, you are a very handsome man, and left. And that was the only interaction they had. One day I hope to be able to do that with Bo Burnham. Just meet him and be, you're a very handsome man, Bo Burnham, and walk away. So far away, Nisha, this video has involved 1 or 2 fourth wall breaks. So fuck it. We might as well discuss some behind the scenes stuff. And this is, I think, the first drinking video we'll have recorded in like 9 months.
Yeah, like I never drink during these videos because I, like you said, I drive into the office, so I can't drink.
Sometimes we'll go out for a drink afterwards, or we'll stream afterwards, and I no doubt Adam will campaign to put in that clip of us all streaming while drunk and knocking over the sofa by accident. Yeah. So no doubt that clip will be in now.
I find this on the web for Hey Siri throbbing penis. How do you?
What's happening?
But since lockdown started, I have seen comments and had a few messages about like, why aren't we doing drinking videos anymore? And the answer is quite simply, I'm in my house on my own. It feels really depressing to drink on my own. I say drinking on my own. But again, like behind the scenes, look at this. In videos where we drink, we normally record a couple of those in a row. And on those days, we'll normally do something afterwards, like stream or go out for a meal.
Yeah.
Or like go out and drink like for the evening. But we can't do that anymore, so there's no real reason for me to just drink. Because after this, I've got to go and edit a bunch of videos.
Yeah, same.
So I can't even enjoy the buzz. I'm gonna drink this beer. That was really nice. I can't wait to work for another 4 hours and then exercise. Fantastic.
Oh, can you imagine like getting so drunk and then going to edit a video afterwards, like just leaving it as it is?
That'd be horrendous. I don't want to see that. Actually, no. I think that played pretty good, but only once. But yeah, like that's the behind the scenes. Like, why we've not been doing drinking videos? Because we're stuck in lockdown. Like my ability to go out and live my life has been diminished. And also my ability to exercise and negate the damage that alcohol does to your midsection specifically has been reduced. So I'm just like, I cut down because I didn't want to get fat. Like, people are going to say that I did, but fuck you. I'm trying my best. It's lockdown.
Yeah, I've hardly like drank anything like during this lockdown. And I think when I do drink, my stomach feels more sensitive because I'm like, I can't tolerate it as much because I don't do it as often.
I drunk a lot at the start of lockdown because I think like a lot of people, I assumed it was going to be over in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So I thought, I might as well just like treat it as time off. I'll just like, make up the difference when I go back to the gym in a month. So like every evening I just play Call of Duty with my mates and we'd all be having a beer like pretty much every other day. So, we're having a couple of beers, go to bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning, fuck it. But now that lockdown's become like a part of life, it's like, I kind of need to not do that because I've got other shit I need to do, like running a business and a channel and also not dying. Like, I had that meal with Adam like a couple of weeks ago
Yeah.
When we had that brief respite from lockdown, and just a picture I posted on Instagram, like, this is the last beer I'll be able to have with one of my friends for the rest of the year. And I remember someone commenting going, you look really tired in this photo. It's like, we're all tired. We're all so fucking tired. Fuck you.
Yeah, because like the last year it's just been, because there's nothing else to do, it's just been edit, film, edit, film, edit.
Work. At first it was drink, like I can't even do that anymore, I don't even find it fun. And maybe when this video goes live, it's going live in a time where things are a bit more hopeful. And like we're able to like meet up in person. Maybe like, drinking videos will make a return next year. When we're actually able to enjoy each other's company and have fun as friends in a group. And it's not just really a depressing look into a guy stood in his bedroom at 2 PM drinking one beer before he has to go back to work.
Seeing as like we're so far ahead, I'm going to guess a date when this video will go live. I'm just going to guess a date.
Okay, yeah.
So
go for that.
Looking at next year, I'm going to say...
We've got like another 25 videos already in reserve to edit.
I'm going to guess the 29th of March.
Fuck it, we're that far ahead. That's like 4 months.
We'll see.
What?
I might be way off.
Tell you what, next year we're all taking a fucking holiday.